just going to deal with it like this, right? You know, when you look at situations, because I be on a lot of panels, I'm involved in a lot of discussions, mainly on the listening side. And at the same time, you know, seeking, you know, knowledge, understanding, and I'm realizing the more how much we suffer from what is called post-traumatic slave syndrome. And a lot of us are dealing with some kind of, you know, trauma. And I'm finding it very interesting how, even though we're making the attempt, and I have to give honor to that, how we're trying as much as possible coming together and, you know, with the attempt to discuss a lot of things. And then a lot of times we get lost in the discussion and the turn. And I'm finding that there's a lot of triggering taking place. But I'm also understanding if you really want to get a point across, we have to try at times eliminate ourselves from these massive group discussions so that we can be uninterrupted. And, you know, just share the knowledge, you know, and hopefully, you know, it will enable us to be on a listening end where others will be able to hear what it is that we are experiencing and allow ourselves to be heard. And sometimes we're not doing good when we're coming together in a circle as a group, you know, because sometimes it's like this interference, this interruption that takes place. And just when you're at a point to make a point, someone always unmuting themselves when it's on a panel or social media, coming off their mic, you know, and then a lot of times it's these tactics that are used to cause one to lose their train of thought. And so if we really get honest, and so, you know, we're coming into the unfolding of a whole lot of information. And in the midst of that, yeah, there's a lot of scrutiny, and there is these tactics that are used by those purposely that are doing what they do to cause interference and to try to tint, block, and stain and muddy a disingenuousness, you know. And amongst that, we struggle with keeping balance. We struggle with, you know, trying to, you know, present what is needed. And then we're fighting with each other. You know, so it's a lot going on. But as best, sometimes we have to, you know, put ourselves in a setting where uninterruption, and sometimes that's just going on an individual conversation spree where we can be able to be heard. And then we can't worry about who going to choose to accept or who going to choose to reject. It's just making sure we get that point across. And so that goes back to Amos 3:3. Look that up. I'm not going to quote it, but I am going to leave it out here. Go back and look it up. And then see how you see it. And I always encourage people, we have to come with an open mind. And we got to be humble. And let the Most High do what He do. And the Spirit of the Most High guide us and lead us into all truth. God bless you. Heaven smile upon you. It's your boy, Brother George Spinks, and I love you with the joy of the Lord.